people are running to escape the bombing. Destination, Sumida River. Scared people are standing on the bridge, and just then, the American crew dropped rest of the B-29 bombs on the bridge. They killed so many civilians in cold blood. This was just one example of the ruthless attack by the US forces on Tokyo, Japan at the end of World War II. On that night of March 10, 1945, more than 100,000 Japanese were killed, and the capital city of Tokyo was burned to ashes. More than 250,000 buildings in Tokyo were totally destroyed. More than 1 million people were homeless. Close your eyes. Think once, what was the condition of the city of Tokyo back then? Operation Meeting House is written in the ink of stigma in history. The attack was the deadliest airstrike to date. Even the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki could not overcome the toll of these bombings. But the destruction is nothing new for the city of Tokyo. Tokyo was also completely destroyed by the Great Kanto earthquake of 1929. Many people know more or less about the city of Tokyo, but today, Tokyo will be presented to you by search of mystery in a totally different dimension. Let's draw a comparison. Let's take a look at Farmgate in Dhaka to clarify the context. Yes, you are right. We will go to that famous foot-over bridge at Farmgate. The reconstruction of this foot-over bridge at Farmgate started in May 2022. The bridge opened to the public in October 2023. That is about 17 months after the start of the construction work. Now, let's go back to Tokyo again. Tokyo is an earthquake-prone city. You know that. Guess what? If an earthquake in Tokyo destroys not only a foot-over bridge, but an entire road, how long will it take to rebuild it? Brace yourself. In this case, Japan will only take 6 days, and if a bridge is completely destroyed, then they can build a brand new bridge within just 2 months. Have you ever wondered why any infrastructure development in a developing country like Bangladesh takes so much time? Why do you have to wait so long to get any structural development benefits in Dhaka city or anywhere else in the world? Is it lack of planning or proper care, or there is no proper maintenance? Again, it may be that everything falls into the hands of some evil circle. What actually happens in all these activities? On the other hand, despite being repeatedly destroyed, how the capital of Japan, Tokyo, has kept pace with the new world. What do they have that nobody else does? Let's sit face to face and try to find all the answers in today's discussion. 10,000 new buildings, 8 expressway, 2 new subway monorail lines and long-distance bullet trains were all built in Tokyo within just 5 years, from 1959 to 1964, after overcoming the damage of the Second World War. They even got the opportunity to host the Olympics in 1964. As mentioned before, the main problem of Tokyo City is earthquakes. So far, more than 250 earthquakes have occurred in Tokyo, 5 of which were devastating. Even so, frequent earthquakes could not stop Tokyo. Today, Tokyo City's street planning is so advanced that a blind person can navigate without any assistance. On the other hand, in this golden city of Dhaka with 2 eyes open, there's a strong risk of you may end up getting into the manhole. Just think about the garbage dump in Dhaka city. Don't you cover your nose subconsciously? But do you know, tourists flock to see Tokyo's sewage system. When you look at Japan's urban planning, your eyes will roll even more. Each major city has a center and is surrounded by other cities. All the cities are connected by circular road and circular train. Each city is again divided into zones according to the type of work. For example, hotels, cafes and salons are denoted by light green. Dark blue is the residential area. every city is arranged like this. The Japanese government did not only provide civil services, they also ensured each small town has a no development green zone bordering Tokyo. No citizen can live in this green zone crossing the city limits. In addition, there are green conservation areas throughout Tokyo, and the amount of which is about 260 hectares. Is there any such green zone in the city of Dhaka? The only desire of everyone in the city is to erect a building with some kind of permission from Rajuk. But one thing that can be seen in Bangladesh nowadays: roof farming. People plant trees on the roof of the houses. But do you know that under the Tokyo government's green law, it is mandatory to plant trees in all courtyards, roofs and balconies? Even if you don't want to, if you live in Tokyo, you have to. Now let's go to the communication system. If you have to go to the office by any vehicle in Dhaka city, then if the office is at 10 o'clock, you have to leave at least like 2 hours before. It will be seen again that even after going 2 hours earlier, you could not reach on time. And I didn't even talk about getting on the buses. You have to win the battle. Public transportation in Tokyo, on the other hand, is so good that only 12% people own a car. Everyone else uses public transport. These vehicles are so easy to use that a 12-year-old can explore all of Tokyo. The integrated underground transport model plays a major role in this incredible transport system of Tokyo. The special thing about Tokyo Metro train is that there are 10 metro stations underground, so low that it is about 9 stories deep. Almost all people in Tokyo use the train service. The Tokyo railway line is so big that there are 883 stations. This number is 2 times higher than New York and 3 times than Mumbai. This rail network is divided into 4 sub-networks. But this is not the only reason for Tokyo's improved rail communication system. Unlike Bangladesh, Tokyo's rail system is not controlled by the government. Here, the ownership of railways is private, and this is why the rail communication is so effective. In 1987, the Japanese government privatized the railway system, and since then, it has been improving because individual owners want to make a profit. They did not depend only on the money that they get from selling tickets. They have provided the services to the people so that everyone is attracted. Hotels, restaurants, and shopping centers have been built at each station, and this is where 30% of their profits come from. Along with making profit, companies also provide good services to the people. However, there is no reason to think only rail services has been given importance in Tokyo. The road system of this country is also very advanced, but we can understand how much development of the communication system can improve a country only by seeing our Padma Bridge. This development is probably not seen directly, but indirectly it works socio-economic development of the country. Tokyo has given maximum opportunities to its people in every field of communication. Their road connectivity is also very extensive. For example, the ring road by which it spans entire city. It is the second largest ring road system in the world. There are 3 ring roads in Tokyo. The first is the Metropolitan Intercity Expressway, which is spread over a radius of 60 kilometers. 2. Tokyo Outer Ring Road, which extends 15 kilometers from the city. And there is also the Center Circular Road. It controls the communication system within the city. It can be said that the distance between the 2 airports is halved by that. Just think what we can imagine in Dhaka city or any other big city in the country. There are so many trains or buses in the city, but it is not crowded. Or you don't have to wait for the crossing anywhere in the city. They have multiple crossing systems. All of Tokyo's recreational parks are man-made, except for Sarushima Island. This island is not only for vacation, but also it protects Tokyo from natural disasters. But one important thing is that Japanese government spent around 31 trillion Japanese yen to save Tokyo and rebuild the city. Citizens have been provided with safe accommodation, which is desired by all citizens of all countries. Tokyo is now prepared to face any natural disasters. There are reserve roads for earthquake, whose name is Nemazu. Although these are used by the general public at other times, this road will be used only for carrying out special services and rescue operation during disasters. There are also schools that can be used as shelters after earthquake or natural disasters, the number of which is 3,000. There are 1,200 special care centers. Bangladesh is also an earthquake-prone country. We have already received some examples of it. But what action has been taken by the city of Dhaka? Is it falling into your eyes? Another excellent work done by the Tokyo government. There are 50 emergency parks, which is designed in such a way that it can be used normally at other time, but in time of calamity, it will become a refugee camp. The benches there will be kitchens and the manholes can be used as toilets, and various structures can be turned into a tent. In addition, almost all buildings are designed to be earthquake resistant to save Tokyo. Rubber shock absorbers are provided under the buildings and dampers are also used at each floor, so that there will be no damage in a 3 to 4 magnitude earthquake. And even if the building is damaged at 7.9 magnitude, people will not be harmed. The bridge is also made in the same way. You won't see any electric poles on the streets of Tokyo. Everything electrical is done underground, so that it is not damaged by the natural calamities. Like our country, Japan is also hit by floods. They are also in the risk of tsunami. To avoid all this, there are flood control tunnels all over Tokyo, which is equal to 14th floor underground. When the flood comes, the water goes into the tunnel. Then that water is stored in big tanks. Later, when the water flow in the river is normal, it slowly goes into the sea through the river. In such a developed city, electricity is generated even when you walk. Isn't it funny? The Tokyo government is committed to sustainable development. The road here have been turned into a solar road with piezoelectric tiles. These roads also have self-heating technology that melts snow from the road and keeps the road clear. There are piezoelectronic tiles that generate functional electricity when people walk on them, which is used for various purposes. While the whole world attracts tourists with its natural beauty or historical sites, many tourists flock to see Tokyo's infrastructure development. When travelers come to see the city's sewage system and drainage system, they understand how well a city has developed its infrastructure. How can the rest of the structures there? We don't expect that our city of Dhaka would improve like Tokyo. But it was natural to expect that civic services would improve after 52 years of independence. Dhaka was given the title of capital in 1610. The face of Dhaka may have changed during this long time, but due to poor planning, urbanization and political context, Dhaka city could not become a developed city. Dhaka's name is still rising on the top of the list as one of the slowest cities in the world. If you like this video, please go watch our other videos as well. I'm sure you are gonna love those as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see each other in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.